This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, powdered carbon and ultraviolet light bring a massive improvement to Bluff and Invercargill's drinking water. Half a millennium of reformation after Martin Luther staked his claim, his great mark is celebrated in Dunedin. And the biggest tractor you will ever see is coming to Case IH, and it's destined to be on a farm near you soon. It blocks out the sun. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Craig Story with The South Today. The nearly $12 million upgrade to Invercargill and Bluff's drinking water system is almost complete. Work at the Branksholme water treatment plant began in May of 2016. Invercargill City Council Water Manager Alistair Murray says that once the upgrade's finished in the next couple of weeks, it will get rid of the earthy taste in the city's water. Until then, he suggests that people refrigerate drinking water rather than boil it to better remove the taste. The new system uses a mixture of powder-activated carbon and ultraviolet light to purify the water. Police are calling for information after staff discovered a cannabis plot at the Buckler Burn River Flats near Glenorchy. Officers removed 6 plants in the area near the gravel pit at the entrance to Glenorchy, and there was evidence that other plants growing there had been harvested. Police are most concerned about the use of booby traps surrounding the plot, including planks of wood with large nails sticking up. The traps were hidden in long grass, and someone could have easily stood on them, causing serious injury. If you have any information, please contact the police. The 500th anniversary of the Reformation is being marked by a special collections exhibition at the University of Otago. The Charles Brash Library's 500 Years On, Martin Luther and the Protestant Reformation tells the story of Luther's journey from monk and teacher to father of the modern Protestant Church.
Did you know that behind every good Reformation lies a good woman? Martin Luther. That's the man famous for the words he nailed to a German church door challenging the Catholic Church on money, penance and papal authority, started a reformation that led to widespread intellectual, economic and social change.
He's aware of that Christ has set us free. The cross did it. Christ did it on the cross. That is the point at which you come to. And once you've come to that point, you have that personal access with God.
50 years or so after the Renaissance, the Catholic Church believed you had to pay your way into heaven. Then Martin Luther felt what the University of Otago's Dr. Brett Knowles calls a spiritual earthquake.
It changed the phases of not only of Germany but also of the whole of Europe, and the kind of things that people took for granted throughout the medieval period are now questioned.
His influence is still being felt. German Chancellor Angela Merkel is the daughter of a Lutheran pastor, but the legacy of powerful Lutheran women began with Martin's own wife. Katharina von Bora met Luther when she was living in a monastery. A highly educated woman, she became interested in the growing reform movement and dissatisfied with the church. The then nun escaped by hiding in a covered wagon among fish barrels, and the rest, as they say, is history. She had a great deal of input and influence over household and church matters. But when Luther passed away, she died in poverty. She is said to have stated on her deathbed, "I will stick to Christ as a burr to cloth." Alongside Luther's dissemination of printed material, including the famous Gutenberg Bible, he had a tremendous affinity with languages.
His understanding of God moved away from the philosophical to seeing God primarily in terms of Christ, of Jesus, of the infant child, of the man walking the streets of Palestine, of the cross. So it's an earthy God.
Perhaps his greatest legacy is the creation of the New Testament as we know it today. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The Invercargill City Council is diverting traffic in the city centre at night this week. The traffic lights at the intersection of Don and Calvin Streets will be turned off between 6 and 9 every night this week, finishing on Friday. The traffic light pole tops are being replaced. That's why. Diversions will be in place to allow traffic to travel through the intersection on Calvin Street and turning left into Don Street West. And Don Street traffic will only be able to turn left into Calvin Street. The biggest tractor ever seen in southern Otago recently arrived at AgriCenter's South Gore branch. This thing is so big. The Case Steiger Quadratic 600, this is it here. It weighs in at 25 tonne and it's valued at $700,000. Purchased by Glen Islay, which has farms in Southland and South Otago. AgriCentre Southman Lindsay Stevens sold the tractor out of the Gore branch.
It's a 608 horsepower tractor, which will power boost to 670 horsepower.
He says the Glen Islay farms require a powerful machine to tow a 6 metre cross slot drill, and the Quadratic is the biggest retail forward order Case IH has ever had in New Zealand. It takes 1,800 litres of fuel and is sure to turn a few heads on the roads in the lower South Island. Are you sure you don't need an RMA permit for that thing? It's huge. Fashion ID has wound up in the awards and the smiles are there for all to see, and a northern fashion blogger is all smiles about their southern experience. That story soon, and a fluffy animals story to make you go, ah.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
SportsValve, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of SportsValve and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
They say the grass is always greener, but not if you have Ready Lawn. Call Ready Lawn today and make them green with envy.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Ye Old English Village Fete, Sunday the 2nd of April, Chingford Park, 11 till 3:30. Bring the family. Brought to you by Alzheimer's Society Otago.
Hi, Lindsay here from Campbell's, South Dunedin. We've got a great deal. It's a massive menswear liquidation. It's not ours, but we've gone all the way to Christchurch and bought the Darby Brothers Menswear's entire stock. You can save up to 70%. We must move it through quickly. Happy shopping.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
For over 35 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing outdoor power equipment and are well established in home heating. installing wood fires. Call in and meet the friendly team. Roslyn Mowers and Heating, 150 Kaikorai Valley Road.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know if you tan easily or have dark skin, you're still at risk of skin cancer?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Saturday night is now 3 hours of Hollywood movies. Tune in for the hijinks of Laurel and Hardy or the smooth moves of Fred Astaire.
Sprindale. They've become very good friends.
Saturday nights, 7 till 10. This is the South Today. Buster the penguin has put on his winter coat and returned home to Little Papanui Beach in South Otago Peninsula. Buster recently survived a shark attack and has been recovering at Penguin Place at Harrington Point. He's been enjoying a fattening diet of oily fish, so have I. Farmer David Mackay, whose land adjoins the beach, transported Buster from the private conservation reserve.
This past season we've had 3 or 4 juveniles, last year's chicks, that have returned and been underweight for going into the molt, and they've gone down to Penguin Place, the local rehab facility, and we've brought them back. And of course today we've got Buster. He was found by one of the guides on Elm Tours and taken into care, so it's a rather good day today.
The caged penguin was driven across the 330 hectare sheep and beef farm in Cape Saunders to the beach. Once Buster molts, he will return to the sea again and brave the dangers of the deep blue sea. Send us a postcard. ID Dunedin Fashion Week is over for another year, and the designers have returned to their workrooms and the media returned to the news of the day. A North Island-based international fashion blogger came to ID for the very first time, having covered similar events in New York, Australia and her native Auckland.
This year's ID Dunedin Fashion Week concluded with the second night of the runway show at the city's iconic railway station. A veteran of Auckland Fashion Week, fashion blogger Rebecca Layden came to ID for the first time and says it compares well on the international stage.
It was my first ever ID, so I've done, so I really wanted to come down this year. I've done New Zealand Fashion Week about four times now, and I've actually done a few internationals like New York Fashion Week and Melbourne Fashion Festival. They all have different names, but they're the same thing. ID was right up there.
The event's been running for more than 15 years, and Layden says the city's own style is brilliantly displayed among some top international couture.
It is really cutting edge. I think, the reason why I wanted to come is Dunedin has always been such a hub of fashion and style and design, and we've just got huge talent coming out of it, like Nom Day, so many. I think Company of Strangers, are they from here as well? They were a big one at ID this year, so I think they were from here. Dunedin's always had like this real Dunedin look, so it was quite cool. It was quite cool seeing that firsthand, I guess.
However, like for many others, she says last week's Emerging Designers Awards were a very colourful highlight.
One thing I found really interesting was the first night, which was the Emerging Designer Awards. They were just so colourful and experimental, and I thought that was really cool.
Being an independent fashion blogger, Rebecca Layden funds her own travel to shows and is always thankful to sponsors who she thanks on her social media channels. She's the editor-in-chief of CAMPBELL'S blog, which has accounts on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as its own sansperrielonline.com page, which currently features her experiences of ID Dunedin Fashion Week. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Yeah, Dunedin's still cool. Still to come, Dunedin's Historic Regent Theatre invites you to spend a penny, no matter who or what you are. Also, tomorrow's ODT and the weather for our week.
Hi, Lindsay here from CAMPBELL'S Dunedin. We've got a great deal. It's a massive menswear liquidation. It's not ours, but we've gone all the way to Christchurch and bought the Darby Brothers Menswear's entire stock. You can save up to 70%. We must move it very quickly. Happy shopping.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today. Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 117766.
Ye Old English Village Fete, Sunday the 2nd of April, Chingford Park, 11 till 3:30. Bring the family. Brought to you by Alzheimer's Society Otago.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are...
Unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Law and Arts.
Tane, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Classics. History.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garrador.
This is the South Today. New Zealand's rugby community is mourning the loss of former head All Blacks coach head coach Eric Watson, who passed over on Saturday. Watson, known to many in the rugby circles as Bugle, was appointed to the All Blacks head coach role in 1979, and he started his tenure with a 23-9 win over France, going on to be a driving force of the game in the 1980s. He was a life member of Dunedin's Zingaree Richmond RFC and was inducted to the Otago Rugby Hall of Fame in 2013. Mr. Watson, born in Dunedin in 1925, he passed over aged 91. Dunedin's historic Regent Theatre has taken a turn for the ultra-modern when it comes to restrooms. The new sign at the theatre's toilets is designed to be all-inclusive, and they do mean all-inclusive. Regent Theatre Marketing Manager Hannah Malloy says they decided to install a new sign on the toilet door near the bar downstairs. She hopes including an alien will make it obvious that the facility is open to all, regardless of gender, disability, gender identification or DNA. And the nearly $12 million upgrade to Invercargill's drinking water is almost complete, and it's on tap to spring into action by the completion date. The 500th anniversary of the Reformation is being marked by a special collections exhibition at the University of Otago, and a Southland farming conglomerate purchases the region's biggest ever tractor, which is worth $700,000. All right, time now to have a look at tomorrow's ODT. Craig, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you, for Tuesday.
Tuesday,
It's going all right so far. Yeah, we've got an interesting story out of Central Otago with some concerns raised from orchardists in the area about the impact of freedom camping and what the role it might be playing with some of their export fruit. Both Summer Fruit New Zealand and the orchardists have raised concerns about possibility of transferable diseases being passed on to fruit. Lots of freedom campers living up there who are obviously picking fruit crammed in together with very little water and toilet facilities in some cases. So they've asked Central Otago District Council to address this issue and try and get something about it. Difficult to find accommodation there, of course, at the best of times.
But it does pose a significant bio-threat.
Yes, it certainly does. Interesting, there have been no concern, no issues at this stage, but it is something they are worried about it, and it's on the radar for them, so they want to sort it out before it does become an issue.
Definitely keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a big industry to mess with.
Oh, it certainly is. Also, we've got a bit of a story we've got when we haven't got a story, and I can't tell you too much about it for embargo reasons, but it's an interesting story and well worth a read tomorrow on the Dunedin study. Latest research out, embargoed till early hours of tomorrow morning, and it relates to IQ levels on some of the people who have taken part in that study since the early 70s. So,
very interesting.
Pick up the paper, it's worth a read.
It's a good tease, Craig.
It is, and fresh on our fresh pages tomorrow we've had a chat with Annabelle Langbine. She's got a new book out called Essential, which sort of focuses on cooking meals and preparing meals for busy families, 650 recipes. So she talks us through some of her favourites in that, and a lot of them, of course, been trialled in her Wanaka kitchen as well. So that'll be a good buy for a lot of people, I think.
Good.
And on the sports front, good news with the Highlanders and All Blacks hooker Liam Coltman confirming he's going to sign on for the Highlanders for another 2 years. So they've almost got all the pieces to their puzzle in place, just a couple more names to sign to retain the squad they've got.
Right, a good stable positioning, stable squad.
It certainly is.
That's not what we need. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
All right, prepare yourself. Here comes tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Sportsville.
Beautiful pictures of the southern view. That is Lake Wakatipu. It is so beautiful up there. It is just a lovely place. And that is, I know that. That's Orehi Beach. Just off Invercargill near Otatara, lovely place. Looking at the situation, a soft anticyclone is moving away across the Pacific. A mild northerly flow is set for the next few days. Warmer temperatures will flow for another couple of days, but prepare yourself for a cooler weekend though. You can see those bars in the bottom. To the southern outlook, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden. For you, it's light northerlies all round, fine and high cloud. It's good weather across the board, all in the 20s. To the central, a mild day for Alexandra, light winds, fine and 20. Queenstown, Wanaka, the same, fine and 22. And moderate northerlies, a little bit of cloud, 18. Really good weather, goodness me. And to the north, let's have a look at Oamaru, beautiful place. Timaru, moderate nor'easters, a little bit of cloud and 18. Light winds and fine for Omarama. And Twizel, 20 for you. In Dunedin tonight, lovely, cloudy, 9 degrees. Wednesday is fine and fluffy, high cloud, lowering as the day progresses though, light nor'easters 10 and 17. Thursday opens with warm temperatures, lots of sun, light nor'easters, good and groovy conditions 11 and 19. And in Invercargill, fine and 7 tonight. Wednesday it is sun-filled with light northerlies 9 and 19. Thursday brings you more great conditions, high cloud 9 and 20. Get to the sea, you Thessalonians. And that is the South Today. It is a privilege to present this to you. I'm Craig Story. Thank you. Good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.